Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into Romans 11, specifically verses 25 to 36.
Right. A really dense piece of text.
It really is. We're tackling this, well, pretty profound and maybe confusing idea about God's sovereign mercy.
That's the heart of it.
Yeah, our mission, if you will, is to unpack this almost shocking concept that failure wasn't tolerated. It seems like it was somehow part of the plan for universal grace.
It's so counterintuitive, especially today. I mean, think about it. Our whole world runs on performance.
Grades, promotions, social media likes.
Exactly. You get rewarded for hitting the mark, for being good enough. But this passage, it completely flips that.
It says nobody gets saved by being perfect.
Because nobody is perfect. Perfect obedience just isn't in the cards for us.
Okay, so let's establish that foundation first.
Yeah.
The sources seem to equate sin and disobedience pretty closely.
They do. And if that's the case, then failure is, well, it's the human condition, isn't it?
We see that so clearly in Romans 3:23, right? For all have sinned and fall short.
Yeah, of the glory of God. Yeah, that's not just some abstract theological point. It's a description of reality.
So if everyone falls short,
then everyone desperately needs God's compassion. It's not just for the really big screw-ups. It's universal.
which means grace can't possibly be a reward for trying hard.
No way. It has to be a gift, pure gift, for people who don't deserve it.
Okay, but here's where it gets tricky and where we need to maybe slow down a bit.
Definitely. Verse 32.
Right. For God has consigned all to disobedience,
Yeah.
that he may have mercy on all. I mean, doesn't that sound a bit like God set everyone up to fail just so he can show mercy later?
That's the tension, absolutely. And Paul calls it a mystery for a reason. It's what some call God's economy.
Economy, like a system.
Sort of. It's about God's sovereign management of things. The text isn't saying God made people sin, but it seems he used the fact that humans do fail. He used disobedience.
Used it how? Strategically.
Yes, strategically. As the vehicle, maybe, to prove his mercy is totally impartial, that it reaches everyone.
So, okay, the earlier parts of Romans talk about this partial hardening of Israel, their temporary disobedience. How did that specific situation open the door for mercy to the Gentiles and then loop back?
Well, it established a pattern, you see. God allowing Israel's disobedience showed he wouldn't be limited by, say, ethnicity or rule following.
Okay.
So the mercy shown to the Gentiles, who were also disobedient, set a precedent. God shows mercy to the disobedient. Full stop.
Okay, see.
And that exact same precedent, that demonstration of impartial grace, becomes the basis for Israel, who were also disobedient, to eventually receive that same mercy.
Wow. So he sort of leveled the playing field by acknowledging everyone's failure, not to punish, but to make sure salvation was clearly his gift alone.
Precisely. It really hammers home verse 29, doesn't it? For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable.
His plan can't be stopped by our failures.
It seems not. Which brings us to a really practical point for you, the listener.
Right. How do we respond when we grasp this kind of unearned mercy?
Well, the sources suggest it should change everything. Radically, when you realize you were destined to fail but got mercy anyway. You stop trying so hard for approval.
The difference between striving obedience and joyful obedience.
That's a great way to put it. We often obey out of obligation,
Yeah.
right? Or fear, trying to get that passing grade with God.
Yeah.
But if this mercy sinks in deep, moves from just head knowledge.
Down into your heart, as they say.
Exactly. Then obedience starts looking different. It becomes this natural overflow of gratitude, not a panicked effort to avoid getting kicked out.
That makes sense. Humility, gratitude, it flows naturally.
The deeper you understand God's grace, the more it seems to. And this realization, this awe at God's nature, leads Paul right into that amazing ending.
The doxology. Verses 33 to 36, it's like an explosion of praise.
It really is. Oh, the depth of the riches and wisdom and knowledge of God.
And that line, how unsearchable are his judgments and how inscrutable his ways. That feels like the ultimate admission.
Right. We can't fully map it out. We can't completely understand his methods.
But we can trust the one behind it all.
And that's the final declaration, isn't it? All things are from him and through him and to him.
So, wrapping up this deep dive, God's mercy is bigger than our failures. It works in mysterious ways we don't always get.
But it demands a response, not frantic effort, but deep, heartfelt gratitude.
Yeah, maybe one last thought to leave you with. Verse 35 asks, essentially, whoever gave God something first that required God to pay them back?
A powerful question.
If that's true, if nothing we give can ever put God in our debt, What does that really mean for how we live, how we think about generosity, our own worth, knowing that everything ultimately comes from Him?
Yeah. What does it look like to live knowing it's all gift? That's definitely something to chew on.